Abby has an extremely rare syndrome called cerebrocostomandibular syndrome that affects the brain, the ribs, and the lower jaw, as well as the spine. In order to save her life, we found a surgeon in New York who was willing to attempt a multi-level surgery. During one of those surgeries, she had a spinal stroke, which caused the spinal cord injury. If you're touching her legs, she can feel that. She has movement of her toes, but nothing in her actual legs, and lots of spasms. We used the RT300 in inpatient therapy and realized the benefits of it.
It helps my legs not spasm as much during the day because a lot of the time they hum.
In the beginning, before we had the bike, she had therapy 3 times a week, and one of the days of therapies was only using the bike. And so that really kept them from being able to do as many other things during therapy. So once we got the bike at home, we didn't have to use therapy time. We could do that at home as one of her therapies that we do. And so it allowed her physical therapists to work on other skills.
My injury occurred when I went to Jamaica on vacation. I happened to jump into a swimming pool late at night. I didn't understand what was going on. I didn't really feel much pain. I was more confused that I couldn't move. Before my accident, I would consider myself fairly active, and unfortunately, due to my injury, I am hindered to not moving a lot. So when I do use the RT300, it is stimulating areas that I no longer can stimulate. It's moving things and, most importantly, keeping my bones and muscles strong.
Being a caregiver on its own is an obstacle because you have to watch your loved ones suffer while also caring for them full time. Having to travel, get up every morning and transfer to the chair and get into the van, go to therapy. All in all becomes a 30 to 45 minute process, whereas if we had the RT300 readily available in our home, it could become an everyday therapy.
As you do your therapy, you realize just how much little movements do mean the world, and a little bit of independence goes a long way. This machine is working every major group of my body, which is just amazing, quite frankly. It really should be a necessity in the medical field.
Hands down, restorative therapies has allowed my fiance to move parts of his body that we never thought would be able to move again. The RT300 made that possible.
Before I was diagnosed with MS, I had a pretty active life riding horses. We used to go camping and take them to the beach. My first symptoms before my diagnosis of MS was I woke up on Christmas morning and I was numb from my torso down through my right leg. We decided to go to a neurologist and they confirmed that I had MS.
If you know you have MS, you don't know how fast it's going to progress and what that all is going to mean.
As I was going through physical therapy, they suggested that I start riding the RT300. I would go before work at 6 a.m. and drive 30 minutes to where the clinic was, and I would ride the bike 3 times a week. And then they decided to close the wellness program. That's when we started the process to get an at-home bike.
Restorative therapies was very helpful. They asked all the right questions that we needed to respond to our insurance company, and they submitted all the claims for us. They were really very helpful for us, so we're very appreciative of that.
I would say that if anyone could get an RT300 at home to be able to use 3 to 5 times a week is just amazing. My neurologist has often said she has no idea how I can do what I do, and she attributes often because of the activities and things that I do, and the RT300 is one of those. It's very difficult to find a way to exercise when you have limited abilities. I found that just going to an average gym, there is very little pieces of equipment, if anything, that I can utilize. And then as far as actually clinics or physical therapy places to go, it was almost impossible for me to find a stim bike that was available.
It's the major form of exercise that she gets for her legs, and that's really critical to being able to walk with crutches. And so I think for those people who want to be mobile and are in a situation like Della is, it's something that's really vital. There isn't any other pieces of equipment, either that we have at home or that we could do in a gym, that would be able to maintain the strength in her legs to allow her to be mobile.
So at home, what I usually do is I try to ride the RT300 at least 3 times a week. It has saved us so much time, because when I had to go to the physical therapy center, I had to drive 30 minutes each way, then it's 15 minutes to get in, 15 minutes to get out, it's an hour to ride. It was like an entire morning that took away from our life, but being able to have it at home has really changed that.